August is the month most gardeners waste. Not because they don't enjoy gardening, because nobody tells them what August is actually capable of. By now, the spring harvest is long gone. Summer vegetables are slowing down, and somewhere around the middle of August, most gardeners mentally end the season and start thinking about next spring. But the gardeners who truly understand the seasons know something different. August isn't the end of gardening, it's one of the best planting months of the entire year. Not because the heat is enjoyable, but because of what comes after it. Every seed you plant right now spends its first weeks growing in warm summer soil, then matures during the cool days of September and October, when vegetables develop better texture, richer flavor, and in many cases, surprising sweetness. Cold weather doesn't ruin these vegetables, it improves them. That's not an old gardener's tale, it's plant biology. Cooler temperatures change the way many vegetables grow, store sugars, and develop flavor, and August planting puts your garden in the perfect position to take advantage of it. 5 vegetables deserve a place in your garden right now. Number 5 is one of the fastest crops you can plant in August, and that's exactly what makes them so valuable this time of year. Number 1 actually becomes sweeter every time temperatures fall below freezing, making it one of the few vegetables that gets better after the first frost. 5 vegetables, 1 perfect planting window. Let's go through all of them. Number 5, bush beans. Most people think bean season belongs to spring. The gardeners who harvest fresh beans in October know better. Bush beans are one of the fastest vegetables you can plant in August, and that's exactly what makes them so valuable this time of year. Unlike pole beans, which spend weeks climbing before they begin producing, bush beans stay compact and put almost all of their energy into making flowers and pods as quickly as possible. Warm August soil gives them a perfect start. Seeds often germinate in less than a week, much faster than they do in the cool soil of early spring. Within a few short weeks, those small seedlings become sturdy green plants covered with blossoms. Then, almost overnight, those blossoms turn into crisp, tender beans. Most varieties are ready to harvest in just 50 to 60 days. That means beans planted now can be on your dinner table before September is over in many growing zones. But here's the mistake that quietly ends the harvest before it should. People wait too long to pick them. From the plant's perspective, a mature bean pod means its job is finished. It has already produced seeds for the next generation, so the plant slows down. The solution is simple: harvest often. Every time you pick young, tender beans, the plant responds by producing more flowers, more pods, and a longer harvest. One August planting can keep producing well into fall. Bush beans aren't just fast, they're one of the easiest ways to prove that August is still planting season.
Number 4, cucumbers. Planting cucumbers in August sounds completely backwards. After all, cucumbers are known as summer vegetables, so why would anyone plant them when summer is beginning to wind down? Because late summer cucumbers often become the healthiest cucumbers you'll grow all year. Here's why. Early summer forces cucumber plants through their hardest season. Long stretches of intense heat, slow growth, heavy humidity encourages fungal diseases, and insects like cucumber beetles are at their peak. The plant spends much of its energy simply surviving. But by late August, conditions begin to change. The days slowly become shorter, the nights grow cooler. Heat stress starts to ease. In many regions, disease pressure also begins to decline. Suddenly, the same cucumber plant that struggled through midsummer can grow under far less stress. The result is healthier vines and cleaner fruit. Choose a fast-maturing variety that finishes in about 50 days. Keep the soil consistently moist and harvest cucumbers while they're still young and firm. There's another trick experienced gardeners never ignore. Never leave oversized cucumbers on the vine. Once fruits become overly mature, the plant believes it has completed its life cycle and begins slowing production. Regular harvesting sends exactly the opposite message. Keep flowering, keep producing, keep growing. It's a simple habit that can double the length of your harvest. Sometimes the best cucumber crop of the year isn't the first one, it's the one planted in August. Number 3, broccoli. Broccoli has one of the most undeserved reputations in gardening. Ask new gardeners why they stopped growing it and you'll hear the same answers. It bolted. It never made a proper head. It wasn't worth the space. The problem isn't broccoli, it's timing. Most people plant broccoli in spring, expecting it to grow through summer. But broccoli was never designed for hot weather. As temperatures climb, the plant shifts into survival mode. Instead of putting its energy into building a large, dense head, it rushes towards flowering. The result is loose florets, bitter flavor, and disappointing harvests. August completely changes that story. Start seeds now or transplant young seedlings towards the end of the month, and your plants will do their most important growing as autumn arrives. Cool days and chilly nights are exactly what broccoli loves. That's when the heads become tight, heavy, and packed with flavor. A broccoli head that matures in October is noticeably sweeter and tender than one forced to develop in June heat. But here's something many gardeners discover only after years of growing broccoli. The first harvest isn't the last. Once you've cut the main head, leave the plant exactly where it is. Over the following weeks, smaller side shoots begin appearing along the stem. They may not be as large as the main head, but they're just as delicious. One plant often gives you harvest after harvest deep into autumn. Plant broccoli in August, and you'll finally see why experienced gardeners insist it's a fall vegetable first and a spring vegetable second. Number 2, carrots. Carrots planted in August don't just survive the fall, they become better because of it. Most gardeners think a carrot is a carrot, but anyone who's pulled one from cold autumn soil knows there's a remarkable difference. Here's what's happening underground. As temperatures begin to fall, carrot roots prepare for winter. To protect themselves from freezing, they convert stored starch into natural sugars. It's the plant's own antifreeze system. And as a result, every cool night makes the roots just a little sweeter. That isn't gardening folklore, it's plant biology. A carrot harvested after several chilly nights often tastes sweeter than anything you'll find in the grocery store. But carrot Augusts do have one challenge: getting started. Carrot seeds are tiny and they need consistent moisture to germinate. Unfortunately, late summer sun can dry the top layer of soil in just a few hours. That's why experienced gardeners use a simple trick. After sowing the seeds, place a wooden board, burlap, or even a piece of cardboard over the row. The cover traps moisture and keeps the soil cool. Check underneath every morning. The moment you see tiny green sprouts pushing through the soil, remove the cover immediately. That one technique can dramatically improve germination during hot weather. Give the seedlings time, keep the soil evenly moist, and by October, you'll be harvesting crisp, sweet carrots that prove fall really is their best season.
Number 1, kale. If one vegetable defines the fall garden, it's kale. Not because it's the easiest to grow, not because it's the most productive, because it's one of the very few vegetables that actually becomes better after cold weather arrives. Most plants suffer when temperatures begin dropping. Kale does the opposite. When the first frost hits, something extraordinary begins happening inside the leaves. The plant starts converting its stored starches into sugars. It's a natural survival mechanism that helps protect its cells from freezing. But for gardeners, it creates something even better: sweeter leaves, a milder flavor, and a tenderness that's impossible to achieve during summer. The difference isn't subtle. Harvest kale before a frost, and you'll notice its earthy, slightly bitter taste. Harvest the same plant after several frosty nights, and it's almost like growing a completely different vegetable. That's why experienced gardeners often wait patiently for the first frost before making their biggest kale harvest. August planting makes that possible. Seeds sown now establish themselves while the soil is still warm. The plants spend September building strong roots and healthy leaves. Then, just as temperatures begin to fall, nature takes over. The cold does what no fertilizer ever could. It improves the flavor. Harvest the outer leaves first, and leave the growing center untouched. The plant keeps producing for weeks, sometimes months. In milder climates, gardeners continue picking fresh kale well into winter while most of the garden has already gone dormant. That's why kale earns the #1 spot on this list. It's not simply a vegetable that tolerates frost, it's one that actually waits for it.